Hey guys, it's Skybird, and today we're looking at the Bohrok Ko, this little build right here. I'm really happy with this design. It is something I came up with a long time ago, but what is the Bohrok Ko? Essentially, my thought is that it plays a role in the Bohrok hive of taking the Krana seeds, if you will, and sort of incubating them, growing them to their full size, and then distributing them into the Krana, or into the Bohrok, which are in the pods. And this helps to bring those Bohrok to life in the hive, right? And then they can burst out whenever they have awakened or what have you. But I think that the design for it is really cool, and it does have a pretty interesting function going on, which we'll show off here in a minute. It does also have the capability of actually rolling into a ball, sort of. It's not quite as good as something like a Bohrok itself, but it can roll, and it works out quite well. We will be doing a breakdown build of this as well, but I wanted to go ahead and touch on this because today we hit 985 subscribers. So if things continue going in that direction, we should pass 1,000 today, but you can help out by subscribing anyway. So this guy, in general, the idea is that this can hold 4 Krana, 2 on each side. It also has a spot on the back where it can hold a mini Krana, which come on the Bohrok pins, and that's because you can literally just connect them to this torso, I found out, so it can just press into this spot here. I don't know if all of the different shapes will connect and grip onto it properly, but at the very least, the Galak one, the orange Krana from those Bohrok pins, will connect to it. So that's pretty cool. So what is the function for this set? Well, essentially, you take it just like this, and when you pop the head out, all of the Krana fall. It's really cool. So essentially it has these little like wings here, and this guy's been sitting pretty curled up for a while, so I want to change that rubber band out, really tighten things up. But essentially these shield pieces actually fold down to cover the Krana when they are in their little seats. So let me go ahead and actually put 2 of those back in here. Oh, it's hard to do this on camera. Oh no. Anyway, like that, and then you just push the Bohrok shield right over it, and then when you fold this back, it clicks into place, and that locks the shields down. I think it's a really excellent design, and it is a custom design as well, so I'm super happy with how it works, and it works quite well. So the actual mechanism for locking it is actually these light blue or medium blue, whatever, color connectors here. There are some little tiny bumps on the inside of the windscreen. You basically can't see them on camera here, but those will essentially grab onto the little pinholes in there, and they'll just click right into place. It's perfect. And then, yeah, so once that is down, then the shield pieces have nowhere to go. They're locked in place. They can't go anywhere. But when you lift up on that, now suddenly those shields can raise up, and thus, the Krana can fall out. Now, there aren't any sort of like mechanisms for ejecting the Krana themselves. The Krana holders are affixed in place quite nicely there. So you would have to tilt it or whatever if you want the Krana to really fall out, but they do a pretty good job of falling out on their own, which works out just great. So let me go ahead and fold these shields back up and close this yet again, click it into place, and then roll it into a ball. This is actually fairly simple because I literally just take the legs as they are and roll it right on the side here, kind of press it in a little bit as well, so you get a little bit of a curve on this side here too. Essentially, the way this is going to roll is basically head over heel, so front to back. But if it does turn on its side or whatever, it should at the very least roll reasonably well. It's just not really designed to roll side to side quite as much as the Bohrok are. That said, though, you get a reasonably round shape here that does roll quite well. Maybe I would think about putting like a shell or something, I keep calling it a shell, a shield, a Bohrok shield or something on the bottom here to see if that could round out the bottom a little bit, but I haven't had any major issues with it preventing it from rolling, and everything else is reasonably round here as well. So it works out quite well. I think it looks like a Bohrok. It really fits in with that sort of that design, obviously with the color scheme here being pretty much relegated to the limbs for the light colors, and then all the saturated darker colors being the rest of the body here. I think works out pretty well in its favor. Outside of that, there was something else I wanted to touch on, but I'm trying to remember what it was. But you can see that it has the eyes on the front here, just like a Bohrok does, and they're even angled as well, and teeth that are a little bit smaller here as well. My thought is that with it being like the first Bohrok, it is essentially the platform that the Bohrok sets that we got back in 2002 would sort of be based on. So even though this is based on those sets, in my own headcanon, those sets are based on this set. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm anyway, so really happy with the build for this, guys. Of course, if you want to learn how to build this, there will be a breakdown video coming up here in the near future. A handful more breakdown videos are coming on the way, and some more comparisons and reviews as well. So again, make sure you are tuned into the channel so you can see all those things. Subscribe, and of course, check out my links for Discord and Instagram in the description so you can check those out. And maybe you'll be part of creating our 200th Rahi over on Discord. So that's pretty much it, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.